Hello everyone, I'm Alicia and welcome to my Beautiful Nights channel. So my leather looping obsession is still going on strong, and if you don't know what I'm talking about these bracelets here. So this bracelet was called Loopy Leather Beaded Bracelet. I did a video on this a while ago and I had so much fun. I wanted to see what it would be like if I tried this technique in different ways. So I took this and I doubled it, and I have a really wide bracelet now, and I'm connecting the two sides together with these rings in the middle. It turned out so cool. I will have links for both of these bracelet styles down there in the description bar so you can go and check them out if you haven't seen them yet. So now I'm going to show you how to take this looping technique and make this necklace right here. So not too long ago I showed you guys how to bead onto these donuts, and these all turned out really great. But something I realized is because I was beading on the donut, I was kind of hiding the pattern that was underneath of it. So I thought this is another great way to show off these really beautiful gemstone donuts. This one here is a crazy lace agate, and I really didn't want to cover up the beautiful pattern on it. So this is perfect for this necklace here. And so now I'm going to show you guys how to make this necklace. It's very easy to do. Here is the list of materials you will need to make this necklace. You will need to cut two 4-foot lengths of 1.5 millimeter leather cord. You will also need 1/0 or 2/0 seed beads. I'm using 2/0s for this project, or you can use whatever bead fits onto your cord. I'm also using some of these really neat metal beads that I've had forever. They just don't seem to tarnish. They're really good quality. And I'm also using a large doughnut. Mine is a 40 millimeter. You can also go bigger if you want. You will need these cord and crimps, and if you don't have these, you can get some at Walmart. These are actually Blue Moon brand, and they're really good quality. There's several different sizes in here, and these big ones right here work great because we can fit both cords into one crimp. You're also going to need 2 jump rings and a lobster claw clasp. And this is a list of materials. Remember, I always put the list down there in the description bar so you guys can see everything. And I'll also have links for the bracelets in case you want to go check that out. So I'm going to start this necklace with the lark's head knot on my donut, and I counted my beads here on each side, and I have 17 beads on this side and 17 on that side. And this is what the back of the necklace looks like with the crimps. If you want, you can put an extender chain on this. So I have a piece of cord here, just the one. I folded it in half, just like that. And I'm going to make a lark's head knot on this donut. And you want to choose which side you like more. For me, I like this side more. There's less brown, and I want this really light purple color that's only on this side. So I'm going to pass the two ends through the donut, bring it down, and then I'm going to pass the two ends through this loop and center it just like this and pull that tight. Then I'm going to come in with my second piece of cord, and I'm going to pass this cord right through here. Right there, and on this side. Okay, so now I'm going to hold this side, and I have to center this cord on my donut. Put the ends together and find the center. Okay, so now I've centered mine. I'm going to make sure that this lark's head knot's tight so it doesn't loosen up on me. And now I'm going to start with my beads, and I'll show you right here is where we're at. So I'm going to pick up a bead right here, okay? So separate the cords. On this cord right here, I'm going to pick up my first bead, slide that down, and then I'm going to take this cord, go over this one, and through this hole. Now I don't have my donut attached to anything, and I'm just going to make this like this, not attached to anything, my necklace. But I do want to point out to you, you can tell which side is the top of your knots by your donut. So on this side of my donut, see how these two cords are separated? On this side, they're together. So that's the back, and this is the front. So you'll have to remember that. So I have one done there, and I'm not pulling that real tight because I don't want to pull the cord from over here. So now I'm going to this side, and I'm going to put a bead on this side. This cord right here, I'm putting a bead on there. And then I'm going to take this cord, go under, or over here, and then under, just like I did over here, put the bead in this loop, and slide this down. So now I have this. So that's what it looks like close up. Now I have to pull these tight. We're going to add more beads. Now I'm going to put a bead on this cord, and I'm going to do a different color. I'm not worried about pulling this too tight yet because I don't want to pull the cord on the other side, so I'll pull it tight when I do this bead. So putting this cord, the left cord, over this one, and then under, capture the bead in this loop, and pull that down. Now I'm going to pull this tighter. And again, just like with the bracelets, you want the cord to sit side by side, not overlapping. Now I'm going to go over here, and what I like to do is like 3 beads on one side, and then I go to the other side and I do the entire length of the beading, and then I go to the other one and do that side. I just need to get it anchored on one side so I could do a lot of work on one side. So now I'm picking up another bead, sliding that on. Now I'm going to take this cord and overlap that cord and bring it under, making a loop, pulling this bead up, and pulling this tight. Again, hold the leather between your fingers so it doesn't overlap. Okay, looks good so far. I'm going to do one more bead on this side. It's this cord here. I'm going to put my silver bead on now. And then I'm going to take this cord and go over top of this one, underneath. And pull everything tight. Okay, so now it looks pretty good. It's tight. Now I'm going to go to this side and I'm going to bead this entire side just like this till I have 17 beads. I'll put my little knot here and then I'll go and bead this side. Alright, so now I just looped with this one, so now I have to loop with this one so my bead will go on this cord. Take this cord, overlap my left, and bring the cord to the loop, put the bead in the loop, and pull this down. Pull everything tight. So I'm doing 3 different beads, and I just did my 3rd one there, so now I'm starting over my pattern. I'm going to put a bead on this one, and it will be the first color that I started with. Then take this cord, go over top of this one, and underneath. And before I get this here pulled up, I will go back and tighten that, and then pull this bead up. Okay, so I just looped with this cord, and this one has a bead on it. Now I have to swap again and put a bead on this cord, and it will be my second color. just like that. So now I have to take this one and go over and under, making my loop and pulling the bead up. Pulling it tight. So now I have to do my third bead, and I just looped my cord right here with this one. This one has my bead on it. I have to swap again. This one's gonna get the bead. This cord's gonna be looping. So I go over this one and under. And this cord here has loosened up, so I just have to pull that tight, and then I can slide this bead down. This is what I have so far. Okay, and I'm just going to keep going. So I have 3 there of my pattern. My pattern's starting over again. I just did a loop with this cord here. This one had the bead on it, so that means this one now is getting the bead. And then I'm going to loop with my other cord. So over and under. There we go. So again, looking back, I just did the looping with this cord. This one has the bead. So now I'm swapping. Now this one is going to get the bead. And then this cord goes over this one and under. So this is pretty simple. It's just like the bracelet that I did. You just have to make sure that the donut, the opening where the cords are split, stays on the top. If this flips over on you, this is not going to go well. You're going to have to undo it. So you just have to make sure that you're working on the top side of the necklace. So I'm going to keep going doing this until I have 17 beads on this side, and I'll show you how to do the little knot that I have at the end. So I kept on going, looping with my beads, and I have 17 beads now on this side, and I'm going to show you how to make this little knot here. It's pretty simple. I'm going to take this right cord, and I'm going to make a loop just like this by folding the cord upward, okay? So now I'm going to take my left cord and pass through this loop. And then I'm going to hold this here in place on my left hand. You could see. Now I'm taking the left cord and I'm going around, and I'm taking the end and I'm passing through this loop right here. So then I'm pulling this through, and I now have what looks like this. Okay, now I'm going to slide this knot down. And I have to make sure that this is tight as I slide it down. And you're just going to fidget with it until you get it tight, but this is what it should look like. So I pull the cords individually to make sure it's really tight, and now we have this. Looks great. So now I'm going to go to the other side and finish beading this side. So there's my 3 beads. I last put a bead on this cord, I could tell that. I made a loop with this one, so now I have to swap and I have to put a bead on this cord. And then I loop with this one, so over that cord and under. So this is going to be the same as the other side. And this was a lot easier with this attached, but I can't really attach this donut to anything, so I'm just doing it like this, okay? Pull that tight. So I just looped with this cord. I put a bead on this one. Now I'm swapping. Bead goes on this cord. So keep going doing this, and I'll show you how to do this knot again. So I did my 17 beads on this side now, and I'm ready to tie my knot again. So again, pull this tight, the last bead. I'm going to take my right cord, fold it like this, making a loop, taking my left cord, going through this hole here. Then I'm going to hold this in my left hand. Now taking my left cord, going around from behind, I'm going to go through that hole there. Okay, and I will go like this so you guys can see the knot. Looks just like that. Now I'm going to slide my knot down. And adjust it to how I need it to be. Okay, just like that. I pull one cord at a time and tighten it up. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is put this together side by side, put all 4 cords together. Okay, and I'm going to trim off my excess there. So right there, that's actually even. So I'm going to trim them as short. This is my short cord. So I just use my cutters for that. So now all of them are even. So now you want to go ahead, put this around your neck, and see how much you have to take off. I do like this up high in my neck. It looks really good short because this part here is kind of long. It looks so good. It looks really nice in the neck. So I'm going to go ahead and measure mine and figure out how much I want to cut off, and I'll be back. So I've decided that I'm going to cut off 2.5 inches. So I just put my cords together so they are even, and I laid them here on my ruler, and I could see that that's 2.5 inches. So now I'm going to cut this, and I have a perfectly even cut. And you can go even shorter if you want. I'm going to measure this real quick. I think it was... Okay, so this here is... From the end here is 20 inches, and my clasp is going to add 1 inch to like 3/4 to 1 inch. And so you also have to think about this here. This makes it even longer. So you might like it shorter. Maybe you want 3 inches off. You'll just have to see what you like on your neck. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to finish the necklace. Okay, so I have my cord crimp thing here, and I'm going to flip this necklace over. This is the top, this is the back, and I'm going to crimp it like this because I have to see what I'm doing. So the closed end will be on the back of the necklace. So right now this is really loose, and I put the cords in here. It's really loose. So I'm just going to take and get my flat chain nose pliers, and I'm going to close it down just a little bit to make it a little bit tighter of a fit. Okay, and then get my cords, put them in here, just like that, side by side. Still feels loose to me, so I'm going to make it a little bit tighter. Okay. Again, I'm putting them in. And now they fit snugly, side by side. That's how I want it to be. Okay, and now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to clamp one side down. I'm doing this slowly so I don't screw anything up. Okay, just like that. Now I'm going to flip it over and do this side. Just be careful. And close that shut. Very easy. So there you can see, looks really nice and clean. So now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side, and then I'm going to put my clasp on and we'll be all done. So I finished both ends and they look great, and I'm still on the back of the necklace, and whenever I put a clasp on a necklace, I always think, is this going to be for a left-handed or a right-handed person? Because if this is going to be for a left-handed person and I give them a necklace and a clasp was on the right side, it's kind of going to be frustrating to put this on. Now this necklace is going to be for a right-handed person, so I'm going to put the clasp on the right side. So I have my jump ring. This one here was already open. If you've never opened a jump ring, you open them by twisting them open, not pulling them apart. And I have my clasp right here. Just putting that on and closing this shut. And I am using stainless steel jump rings. They are really strong, and even though they're not a really thick gauge, they're like 20 gauge, they are really strong and they are hard to bend. I cannot bend them with my fingernails. So I have that one on, and then I'm going to do this side here real quick. Close that shut. Okay, and that's it. If you want, you can put an extender chain on this. It's totally up to you. That's what the end looks like. This is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like this video, leave me a comment, subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. Make sure you click the bell button so you receive notifications whenever I upload new videos. Like me on Facebook, and don't forget to share pictures of the jewelry we've made from my videos on my Facebook page, and follow me on Pinterest. Thanks for watching.